Assalamu alaikum. 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farhan Naz. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is in New York to lead the Pakistan delegation to the 74th session of the UN General Assembly. In occupied Kashmir, a teenage boy lost his life after being subjected to inhuman torture by Indian troops at an army camp in Pulwama district. In Gilgit, 26 people were killed when a bus rammed into a roadside hill in Chilas this morning. Iran says presence of foreign forces in the Gulf creates problems and insecurity in the region. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan is in New York to lead the Pakistan delegation to the 74th session of UN General Assembly. Prime Minister will address to the 193-member Assembly on Friday, sharing Pakistan's perspective and position on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute and its current human rights and related dimensions. He will enunciate Islamabad's position on key global and regional issues before one of the largest gatherings of leaders from around the world. He will specifically focus on the deteriorating situation in the occupied Kashmir, particularly the grave violations of human rights taking place there since August 5th, when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi moved to annex the occupied state. Prime Minister Imran Khan is expected to make a clarion call on the international community and the United Nations to live up to their promise of the right to self-determination of the people of Jammu and Kashmir in accordance with the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. Prime Minister Imran Khan has urged Kashmir Study Group to highlight the present dangerous situation in occupied Kashmir, which is causing immeasurable suffering to Kashmiri people and poses a grave threat to regional peace and security. He was talking to founder of Kashmir Study Group, Farooq Katwari, who called on him in New York and discussed the prevailing situation in occupied Kashmir. Katwari on the occasion highlighted the Kashmir Study Group's earlier engagement on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute and efforts for conflict resolution. The Prime Minister directed him to expose the real face of fascist Modi's regime before the world. Minister for Kashmir Affairs and Gilgit-Baltistan Ali Amin Gandapur says Modi's fascist agenda will be exposed on his arrival in Houston. He was addressing an event organized by the Houston Humanitarian Foundation in U.S. city of Houston. Ali Amin Gandapur said more people will protest against Indian Prime Minister than those who will participate in his public gathering. In occupied Kashmir, a teenage boy lost his life after he was subjected to inhuman torture by Indian troops at an army camp in Pulwama district. According to Kashmir Media Service, Yawar Ahmed Butt, a resident of Changam, Pulwama, who was detained and tortured by the troops, was shifted to Srinagar's SMHS hospital in severely injured condition, where he succumbed. Minister of State for Health Dr. Zafar Mirza says government is fully focused to address the outbreak of dengue virus in the country. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said all necessary arrangements are being made regarding outbreak response, and coordination among center and provinces has also been increased. In Gilgit, 26 people were killed and 15 others injured when a bus rammed into a roadside hill in Chilas this morning. According to police sources, the bus was on its way from Skardu to Rawalpindi. Rescue activities are underway and injured have been shifted to Chilas Headquarters Hospital, where an emergency has been declared. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani says Tehran would present a regional cooperation plan for peace to the United Nations in coming days. In a televised speech at an annual military parade in Tehran today, he said the presence of foreign forces in the Gulf can cause problems and insecurity in the region. Rouhani said, in this sensitive and important historical moment, we extend the hand of friendship and brotherhood to our neighbors. He called on the foreign powers in the Gulf to stay away, saying they have always brought pain and misery for the region. He said if the foreign powers are sincere, then they should not make the region the site of an arms race. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, visit our website, radio.gov.pk, and for live streaming, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.